Thanks for joining me today. From the previous video, you have learned about the key characteristics of period of time 2005 to 2010. And today we're going to discuss how those key characteristics affected malicious business and how malicious business grew and what kind of malicious business grew in this period of time. Remember I said online advertisement, online banking and online gaming all grew very quickly at that period of time. What it means is it brought a lot of money. Remember, like Google probably grew exponentially at that point of time because they were doing online advertisement. Of course, a lot of space for the cyber crimes, especially organized cybercrime, to grow. One of the very well-known type of organized cybercrime of that time is also referred as partnerka. It's a Russian organized cybercrime, and I might be wrong, but by my estimate, between 2005 and 2010, Russians were probably responsible for most of the organized crime in the cyberspace. Like the business there were booming due to many different reasons. It was one of the catalysts of all the cybercrime. There are other countries, of course, who produced different cybercrime businesses, but the cybercrimes originated in Russia was just massive. Some of them were focused on the traffic generation, targeting online advertisement, and at that point, every click of the page, every show of advertisement would generate money. The technology to detect fake clicks was not mature yet or not even developed, so it was very easy to just create a botnet of clickers and generate a lot of traffic to a certain website and make money out of it. The clickers is one way, the start page, the DNS changer, there's a whole type of direction of malware which were just focusing on the traffic generation for advertisement to make money out of advertisement campaigns. Fake and rogue AVs is another type of business where the software would be distributed as a fake AV, look like a fake AV, which detects a lot of fake viruses on your machine and promise to cure your machine if you pay $5 or $20 or $60. And then depending on the type of this rogue AV, some of them you won't be able to remove yourself because it's a malware and it was a very persistent, so every attempt to remove it would be unsuccessful unless you have some sort of technology or antivirus which knows how to remove that. Fake video codecs, since everyone was connected to internet and wanted to watch video, at that point of time there was no like YouTube platform where everyone would upload and watch video from, or TikTok or anything like that. And there were a lot of different codecs to play video in a browser. Like the browser would not by default support any type of video, so you would need to install a special plugin into the browser to watch the video. Every time users would need to watch a video, they would be asked to download and install codec. It kind of created a habit of downloading codecs. So one of the very successful campaigns and partnerkers existed to spread malware as a fake video codecs. And of course, I cannot not mention the spam bots and the pharma spam. That was probably one of the most massive campaigns between 2005 2010. Made most of money. All started as a fake Viagra. I think Viagra was released in 2008 and 2007, 2008, and then the whole underground business of the fake Viagra, or also called Canadian pharmacies, just thrive, and all were based on the spam. In general, between 2005 and 2010, one thing spammers learn is that instead of manually sending the spam through one server, which can be blacklisted and you need to find another server, what you can do, you can infect thousands and thousands of machines and send spam from them, right? All distributed, all through different servers, and it's very difficult to stop such spam campaigns. And that's why these spam bots and spam campaigns through the infected machines became one of the most prolific businesses in that period of time. Also, at the end of this period, there were a new wave of businesses which were called screen lockers, porn lockers. It's when the malware would lock your screen and display porn on the whole screen and would not allow you to access anything, to kind of shame you into paying some money. And it was also first ransomware. The reason why it didn't really pick up at that point of time, because there was no real way to easily collect money. So people would use, I believe, the text messages were most common way to pay ransomware, right? So when you get your machine infected with a porn locker or some sort of ransomware, you would send it a short message to your operator, and so it would be like what, $20, maybe $30. So the payment for unlocking was very small, and at some point the government started to press on the telecom companies to not accept payments like this. So while it was very kind of successful-ish model at some point of time, I think the main reason, because there are no bitcoins and no easy way to collect payments besides that short text messages, this type of business really didn't pick up in some gigantic industry like ransomware right now. And of course, online banking, online game password stealers, the credit card stealers, the spyware was another type of campaigns. If you summarize all of this and try to find a pattern, what's all common about this business is that it was focused on regular users. You can also call them consumer-based, right? The most important thing is they were not really targeting big enterprises. They were targeting home users, those people who just joined the internet because of social network or maybe convenience of online banking and had lack of knowledge. Because of us targeting regular people, all this campaign has to be en masse. They have to infect a lot of people because they were collecting very small payments per person. Only way for those businesses to grow is to infect more and more and more and more people, and every person would pay $5, $10, $20, and the malware authors and businesses would make money, like a bigger pot of money out of many payments, right? That's very distinguished type of business model which characterizes this time. Because if you look at the business models nowadays, they're very different. I mean, yes, there's still online banking and password stealers, but most of the time they use for different purposes to attack enterprises. Back then, most of the money cybercrime was making out of regular users by either stealing small amount of money from a credit card. I mean, small meaning maximum thousands of dollars, not hundred thousands, or even just taking a payment $5, $20, $50 and from many people. While most of the money were made by infecting many users and either stealing directly from them or using them to monetize through advertisement or spam campaigns, there was one exception where indeed the corporate environment was under attack to make money, and that would be also sort of a ransomware type of operation, but based on distributed denial of service attack, or DDoS. To perform such an attack, because it's distributed, an attacker would also need a large number of machines under control, and that's where the botnets were very handy as well. That was one of the businesses which, as a target, had enterprise in mind, and usually the way it would be built is that a competitor would pay to attack another competitor in some sort of shady game, and then while the competitor website is under DDoS attack, another competitor is making money. So that would also be a type of attack which requires a large number of machines, and that's why botnets were used for that as well, just to make sure you are aware about that. And even though majority of money was made from regular users, also computational power or networking of regular users were used to perform DDoS attacks on the businesses as well. Because the external businesses, the attacking the regular user grew and brought more and more money, as any irregular company, you would need to grow your business to make more money. And of course, you couldn't implement everything, every single aspect of the business yourself. So inside the criminal organization, the internal business started to boom again also, by providing services. One cyber criminals were providing services to another cyber criminals, and services like exploit kits, botnet as a service, malware generation frameworks for sale, so you don't need to develop your own malware, multi-AV scanners per request, which do not share files with the anti-malware vendors, packing as a service. So if you write your own malware, you don't need to develop your own packing algorithms. And also, as all previous things were more focused on technology, the last thing is the money moves. As I said, again, there were no bitcoins or any some sort of cryptocurrency or easy, not controlled by government currency. When you steal the money, you still need to move the money to actually cash it out. And the money moves were one of the services where all the stolen money would be laundered through many different people and moved through the different accounts to finally end up in a cyber criminal account. And that would be also some sort of service to actually launder the money or launder the currency.